Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be taking this old rotten tree that has fallen in my woods. It's been back there for years. I'm going to cut a chunk out of this and take it over to my lathe and spin a bowl out of it. Now I'll have to cut really deep into the wood in order to find a usable chunk of wood that's solid enough to turn. I was able to find a really nice chunk of wood. There's a few soft spots in it, so I need to trim this down into a rough circle that I can spin on the lathe. So I'll pick the best part that I can out of this piece of wood and then cut the circle out of that chunk. Now this wood does appear to be almost like a red oak. Maybe it's just because it's really wet. It could be a white oak, but definitely is a very solid wood, and that's probably why it's lasted as long as it has out here in the weather, just sitting down in the woods. Now this is the first bowl that I've been able to turn on my lathe, and I wanted to make it a big one and actually made it right at the max that my lathe could go. So I don't have a chuck. I'll be actually using a faceplate. I'll just screw this to the bottom of the wood and use that to attach it to the lathe. Now I was able to get a really nice chunk of wood out of this tree, so I'm really happy about that, and I was able to carve it fairly round, so roughing this down to the shape that I need shouldn't be too hard. Now some of you may notice my tool rest is backwards. I actually did that intentionally because the diameter of this log is too wide for the tool rest to fit in there. So I actually turned around backwards and it gave me just enough clearance to fit. Now I'm going to save some time with the video and rough this down to the right shape and then come back and show you guys the carving when I'm done. Now I'm going to start carving out the middle. The outside I've already roughed the diameter that I want, so I need to start hollowing out the inside. Now I have the tailstock attached to this log as well. It's so big that I really want to make sure that's staying on there firmly. So I'm going to actually leave the center of the bowl until the very last to trim that off, and this will just give me a lot more stability as I carve out the inside of the bowl. Now I need to trim out the middle. I'll remove the tailstock and cut that center that I've been leaving on for extra stability, and then I can finish rounding the bottom of the bowl. I believe this is 240 grit sandpaper. I'm going to use this to quickly smooth down the bowl. Once I have it in a fairly good shape, I'm going to then take some finer sandpapers up to 600, even 1000, to smooth out the finish on this bowl so that it's really soft to the touch. If you have any tight spaces that you can't reach with your hands and the sandpaper, just wrap around the chisel and you can easily reach in there and sand those down. Now I'm going to take some polyacrylic protective finish and use this to finish the bowl. I'll actually shut off the lathe. I've seen a lot of videos of guys putting on the polish while the lathe's spinning, but if you're not careful, you can splatter the finish everywhere. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to do it the slow way and rub it on carefully. So there's the first coat done on the bowl. I'm gonna let this dry overnight and then come back, sand it down, and put some more finish on this before it's done. Now the bowl's dried overnight. Now I can take it back to the lathe, attach it to the faceplate, and put that on the lathe. This will really make sanding a lot easier, as well as something to hold it while I apply the finish. Hey, if you guys are watching and have not subscribed yet, help me out and click that subscribe button. That way you'll know when I upload new videos. Now this wood, if you look closely, has a lot of imperfections. You can tell this was a log that's been out in the woods, rotting, bugs getting in it, and just regular disintegration from the wood sitting out there for that long. It's still a pretty solid piece of wood, but if you look close, there's a lot of holes and imperfections, which I think is really cool. Adds a lot of character to it. And it's cool to know that this was a piece of wood that was just out there being wasted, and I was able to turn it into something useful. So it does look really pretty in my opinion. I'm going to add a couple more coats of finish, and that will help seal in some of those holes that bugs have left behind or the wood has started to disintegrate. Hey guys, if you're enjoying my video, click on that link up in the top right corner. That will show you highlighted videos that I think you guys would really enjoy if you like this one as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you want a notification when I upload a new video, hit that bell icon, and also help me out and give me a like on this video. Thanks guys, I'll see you in the next one.